pretty different myself than anyone else.
I would have to agree. Hello, Randall. How are you? Good.
Hey, Randall. How's it going, man?
Did you have COVID, really? Wow.
Well, praise the Lord. I'm glad it was easy for you.
Yeah.
Well, I assume you had the vaccination, and maybe that explains why your symptoms were milder. Well, okay, we'll give you that.
Yeah, you go with that.
Yeah, there's no way I'm making a comment. So,
Well, nor me, but it's nice to have you here and healthy. So thank you for joining. There may be a few others who join us as we kind of move forward, but I want to respect, everyone's time, and kind of just walk through, give you an overview of Bento and how this is going to impact your day-to-day. Hopefully it makes things easier. Many of you, I think, submit reimbursement requests probably on a regular basis. And so using Bento is hopefully going to eliminate that paper trail, Susan coming after you for missing receipts, whatever the current process is. We want Bento to kind of take that over, so you're not having to use even your own personal cards for business related expenses. As I understand it, the cards were shipped to the office in, I don't even know the town, Marlboro perhaps, but anyway, it's there. Susan has them. Terry did confirm that they were there. So they should be getting dispersed to you if they haven't already. Is there anyone on the call who's actually received their Bento card? Okay.
Yep, I have.
Great. And have you activated the cards yet, or you're waiting to do that?
No.
Okay. After this call, you can certainly activate them. In the envelope, there was probably a letter that gave you a phone number, perhaps to call and activate. I can also manually activate them on the dashboard, so just let me know sort of what you prefer. Some of the high level things that you can expect is that if you all have a smartphone, I recommend downloading the Bento app to your phone. It's free, and it will give you the ability to take a photo of that receipt and even categorize it according to whatever general ledger it is that you want those expenses charged to. If for whatever reason there is a general ledger account that an expense needs to be charged to that you don't see in the list, there is a note field that I highly recommend you use, just to even communicate greater details than what the general ledger sort of doesn't allow you to do. If something needs to be split, I would put that in the notes section. If it is to a particular, so within QuickBooks, there's the general ledger accounts, but there's also what's called classes and projects. It's probably not a whole lot of information that you need access to, but if, I would recommend using the note field for as much detail as possible so that Susan and or Lisa, who is the wisdom accountant assigned to BC&E, will know exactly how to split that within the reports, the accounting software. Lisa should be joining us as well. It's just going to be a couple of minutes late.
I await your command.
Any questions on any of that? Do you all have smartphones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hopefully received an email invitation from Bento a couple of weeks ago, letting you know that I assigned a card to you. With that, it should have taken you to the Bento login page where you would have created a username and password. Did everyone complete that?
No, wonder if you could resend that, Megan.
Okay.
Could you possibly resend that? Because I don't know where that email would be anymore.
Sure. Anyone else? Okay.
I'm gonna make some quick.
Let me know. I mean, it won't hurt for me to send the link again. So I can do that as well. Russ, how about you? Oh, I think you're muted.
There we go. I was looking at one just now from Team Bento. I don't know if that was the one you were talking about. It would have come directly from you,
It would have come from Bento.
from Bento.
Mhm.
So I have one that says Team Bento that says your monthly updates and things like that.
Oh, okay.
That's
No.
all I have. Yeah, you
Okay.
might want to resend.
So it looks like Hal, how about you? Did you
Yeah,
receive it?
I activated my card. I'm actually on the app now.
Okay.
For the right move.
Perfect. It is actually really user friendly. I'm going to share my screen so I can kind of show you what it looks like on the computer, which you can also access. It's a little bit more manual, but essentially you're going to have access to, mostly transactions. And it's going to show you, or it probably will have an image of like a camera that you can tap to take a photo of your receipt. And then it will take you to another page with some drop downs so that you would be able to select your general ledger account and class. I'm not sure I know all of the classes. I think there's actually quite a long list. So as it's applicable and as you know, you can select the class. Once a receipt has been captured, for us, it's going to show up as dark. So we'll know that there's a receipt there. Let me go to Wisdom Over Wealth has one that we use mainly for demonstration so that you can kind of see it a little bit better.
Yes, Commander.
Let's just see. So for instance, it's going to tell you who the vendor is, whose card it was. This is what we'll see as an admin, the dollar amount, and then settled. Obviously, our office manager is kind of like, who cares about receipts? So she doesn't upload any. But if there was, it would appear here. This is, for you guys, this will be very essential because we will want to make sure that the receipt that is attached matches to the expense. If it doesn't, you may get a follow-up email from Lisa or Susan to kind of track down the correct receipt. If it is an online purchase, you could print that receipt, take a photo of it. The other thing that I've done with other clients, and perhaps Lisa would also be agreeable, is if you sent Lisa the PDF of that online purchase, and then she can go in and manually upload that receipt, that online purchase receipt, to the applicable expense, as long as you are selecting the right general ledger account and perhaps the correct class. Does that make sense? Any questions so far? I mean, I know it's very high level, doesn't feel,
Well, Megan, I have a question. This is Sam. So when you use the term class, I'm not quite clear as to what the definition of that is. I mean, can you explain when you say class? I understand the general ledger account number. That's quite clear. But then there's a subcategory called class. Would you
Yes.
explain that?
Yes, it's mostly it affects the QuickBooks system, how Lisa is tracking some expenses, and there you may have a BCNE class or you may have a BFNE class, because we manage both sets of books. So we would want to make sure that if that expense is related to Baptist Convention activity, that you would select the BCNE class, so that the accounting software tracks that expense appropriately, so that it's not getting commingled with BF&E, which we definitely don't want to do. So that it, without knowing all of the classes that are currently in the QuickBooks software, that's just an example of what how you would differentiate the class. It's mostly for expense tracking for the two different corporations that we have going on here.
Okay, and so with the general ledger line item, they would be different between those two classes as well. I mean, wouldn't they? I mean, they would never have any confusion just with that general ledger item number. That should make it clear, it would seem to me. But that's helpful what you said.
Yes.
I think it'll be a whole lot easier once I actually open the app and look at it. I don't have it in front of me, so
Yeah.
so once I do that, I'm sure it'll be clear.
Some of the other churches that I work with, they have what's called funds, F-U-N-D-S. And so they might have a general fund, they may have a building fund or a missions fund. And so in Bento, those would be identified as classes. So,
Okay.
If there was an expense that, BC&E is not set up like a normal traditional church. So it's a little different. But if you had, some of you are local missionaries, right? You're on the ground. So if you're taking somebody out to dinner and you charge it to Bento, in this example, you would class it against the missions fund, so that it would be relevant to the particular fund and the general ledger. So it could be discipleship is the general ledger, but it's classed to the missions fund, if that makes sense.
Mech destroyed.
Thank you. Great question, Sam. Any other question? No? So all of you, when the Bento invite went out, the username is going to be your Bento email, or not Bento, your BCNE email account. That's how all of you guys were set up and registered. And then you would just choose the password. I know it seems a little abstract because we don't have any concrete transactions to sort of walk you through, but I just wanted to introduce you to that. Per Terry, some of you, your card limits vary at the start, just so that we can essentially get a sense of what activity on a monthly basis is going to be like for all of you. And these numbers will change. Probably not going to be what you see as what you see them, how you see them here. But essentially, these are monthly spending limits. Once you've reached that, Bento is going to track it. Once you reach that, you're likely going to receive a decline if you're spending greater than that in the month. However, in real time, if there's an emergency or something that you need that lifted or raised, we can do that in real time. Terry can do this in real time. Lisa can do it in real time, as can I do it in real time. I would recommend sending an email so that one of us can get in there so that you're not left sort of stranded, not being able to get a purchase completed because of the need. Any questions on that process? Yes. For now, I mean, this is sort of an intro. So again, as we kind of gauge, as Terry sort of gauges the expense, he'll probably have those, raised or lifted.
So that's on the entire, those limits are for the, for all the different accounts that we would draw from, or that we would, we have mileage reimbursement, we have cell phone communications, we have, hospitality, we have all these different accounts that Terry has, you've broken it down for us. So all of the accounts together, these are our spending limits, correct?
Yes. However, I have a question related to a couple of examples. You said mileage reimbursement and you said cell phone reimbursement. You do not make purchases,
right,
for that. So that would be separate.
Okay, that's helpful. Yeah.
Hospitality may be one that you would use your Bento card for.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's clear. Thank you for that. Right.
Sure.
Yeah, I those other kind of monthly reimbursements, we just accumulate those through the month and turn those in separately. Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes. So Bento really would be used for those expenses that you're currently using your personal card for. That's at least how I understand it. The mileage reimbursement, cell phone allowance, that would be outside of Bento.
Question on that allowance, Megan. So I have always just tried to actually put the actual expense of my cell phone, which is significantly less than what has been the allowance. So are we just to put the flat right now? I think my allowance for this year coming up is $75 a month. I assume that's for everybody. Are we to actually document what our cell phone bill is, and if it comes under that $75, just report the actual expenditure versus the allowance? Or are we just to put the allowance and claim the allowance and don't have to document what was spent? Which is the right approach to doing that?
Well, it's probably going to be set to an internal policy that BC&E has. And in my experience, companies will give an allowance up to a certain amount, even if your bill falls below or even exceeds that monthly allowance. It's really a company policy. For instance, I had a cell phone allowance with a previous employer, and per the policy, you could be reimbursed up to $65. So if my cell phone bill was less than that, I got the $65. And if my cell phone was greater than that, I only got the $65. Like, that was the policy set within the organization. I'm not exactly sure what the policy standard is for BC&E. Probably a great question for
Yeah,
to-
maybe when the other people on the call know the answer to that. I've been around for about 4 years now, and I don't know the answer to that. So, you newbies, who can you help us out here?
Damn, I didn't know there was one.
Look what you started, Sam.
What do I know?
Well,
I don't think a single one of us have claimed it.
so obviously it's and so if our policy is just to give an allowance, then we don't have to even put any documentation. We just claim the allowance, correct?
That would be my understanding.
Okay, it's a whole lot easier to do it that way.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
But we have good deals on cell phone. Unlimited usage, and I only pay about $40 a month for my cell phone, and because I have a family plan, only for my unit only, and so it's like I actually will make money if the allowance is more than what I spend, and I guess we'll all be in that case, in that category.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the treasurer at my church, and we reimburse the cell phone bill for some of our staff pastors. The pastor pays the bill, and then they request a reimbursement. For us, we give just the cost of their cell phone.
Correct.
But that's the policy that that we set at the church. So.
Okay, so we've got to ask about that policy. Yeah. All right.
Hey, Megan, Russ here. I have some questions. I understand using the bento card for my
Yes, Commander.
hospitality. I take a pastor out, pay for a meal, whatever.
Yes.
I get the receipt, claim it to that. That'll get put into my bank account. Wonderful. But what about all of these grants or special projects or evangelism trainings and different events that we're allowed to put on?
Sure.
Would we still get the receipt, the invoice from those and send it to the office, or?
So what would happen? So for instance, for an event, if you need to purchase marketing, or if you need to purchase, cups or plates or food or whatever the case might be, those would be purchased using your bento card. And then you would take the receipt, you would take a photo of it and categorize that particular receipt to whatever the event or related
Right.
chart of account would be.
Like the account line number, right? I
Yeah.
understand.
Yes. So
Okay.
you would know, for that example, you would no longer use your personal card for that.
Thank you.
You would use bento.
Okay, but not for the invoices. If it was like last week, we did a snow camp weekend. There was an invoice for whatever it was for the 45 people that went. That's not going to be a bento card use.
Well, why wouldn't it?
That's what I'm asking. So
Oh,
I can use
yeah.
it for this special grants or events or evangelism training. if there's
Anything
a
related.
cost.
And it's my understanding that the bento is to be used for any Baptist Convention New England related activities.
Okay, so we just stayed at a conference center,
Mhm.
and I can use the bento card and just pay it on there and put it under the correct heading.
That's right.
Okay. So what happens when the event, let's say our card limit is, let's say $1,000 and the event is $2,200? Do we call someone ahead of time? Do we email someone? How do we
Yes.
navigate through that?
Yeah, great question. I would email Terry, and I would include myself or Lisa on that email, and just say the event is coming up. The cost is going to be $2,500. Can you raise my bento card limit to cover that expense?
Okay.
We would do that. Honestly, we would wait for Terry's response. He ultimately authorizes all of those things. But in real time, myself or Lisa can go in and up that card limit for you.
Okay. Okay. So what you're saying is this is just to be used in place of a credit card.
That's right.
When we get it, when we use it, we take a picture, we go into the drop-down box, highlight what that receipt is for. The only thing the card is not going to be used for is mileage and our communications thing.
Yeah.
what Sam was talking about that I knew nothing about until just now. Thanks, Sam.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
Russ, you nailed
That
it.
makes
That's exactly
sense.
right. That's
That's
exactly
easy.
right. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, great.
Russ, have you not been turning in your monthly cell phone expense this whole
Didn't
time?
know we had one. Didn't know we even had
Dude,
one. I was turning in my mileage like once a year until someone said, no, it's gonna be once a month.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I'm not an
BCD
admin.
reimburses
I'm not an
100
admin person.
I'm receiving you.
BCD reimburses 100% of your cell phone bill,
I have
Russ.
no idea.
But it's not retroactive,
I'm
unfortunately.
not worried about it. God took care of all of that, Sam. That's all.
I don't
God's
know.
got
It might be retroactive. I don't know, but
No.
you've I hope you knew that, didn't you, Randall?
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
I mean, the mileage for me, that barely covers just going to Northborough and back. My mileage reimbursement doesn't cover anything I do
What
in
happens
Vermont.
when you hang out with bad people?
Yeah, I don't think you actually are allowed coverage for coming to work. Your trips to Northborough, I don't even think would be allowed, actually. It's all the other travel. When you make a
Good.
trip to the office, that's not a reimbursable unless I'm mistaken, Megan.
That's 400 and something miles.
No, okay, yeah, in
So
your
if I
case,
have
it's
to come to
probably,
a meeting.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Dude,
yeah, one of the credit unions I worked for, I worked 48 miles away from where the meeting was taking place. And so we were eligible to claim mileage for that because it is not, that was not my place of, that's not where I was based.
Right.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah, that's how I've been doing it. That's the only thing I've been claiming because that wipes out the whole expense account.
yeah, true.
And if I lived close, I'd be like Randall, I wouldn't even claim that, but you know.
So Randall, do you see how Bento is going to help your situation, or do you not even submit reimbursements for any expenses? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Certainly. I mean, I don't know. What is it that you do? Yeah.
Can't you tell he reads books? Can't you
Yeah.
tell by his screen?
Yeah. I think maybe that is your job is, providing research. Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Sure. Well, hopefully, there's some, use. If you find that really it is of no use, we can close this card completely. You kind of just let us know. But if there was something, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yep. And if you do use it, you know, again, you can just snap a photo of that receipt and then just categorize it right within the app. And this eliminates any submission of reimbursement. You know, this is in place of that. It replaces it completely. So, you know, if you're charging something for, you know, BCNE activity, you can use the bento card for that. As it pertains to your, you know, your vantage point. I don't know what each of you do. I know some are self-raised or self-supported missionaries. Others literally are clergy. You know, I may do your payroll, but I don't know what any of you guys do. so I, you know, I'm sorry about that. There's like 30 of you, so it'd be really hard for me to memorize all of them.
So Megan, from what I understand, then the grants that we give out, that we have the church fill out the form and they'll get a check directly sent to them or put into their account, that's not going to change.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is just for expenses that we incur.
Yes.
Anything with the exception of telecommunication and mileage.
Yep. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. So the grants that you receive, does that fund sort of your expense accounts? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we can give out grants to churches. And
I
I was
see.
wondering how the heck we could give a grant on that card out to
couldn't,
someone,
yeah.
but it's
Nope.
not the use
That
of the
process
card.
stays the same. Yep, as
Okay.
it is.
Got it.
Hal, any questions from you over there?
No, I'm just still thinking, like, what do I do? You know?
Who are you? You're Sharon's husband.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all thinking the same question, Hal. But,
Yeah, it's
I would
poignant.
just encourage Randall, you know, Randall, over the course of a year, you know, that's a significant expense. And of course, God keeps up with that, and that's just part of your giving to the Lord. But that's coming out of your personal pocket. So, you know, I think that the use of these cards is to eliminate all that nickel and diming, and because that kind of, I mean, I would rather have a root canal than do my monthly expenses the way we used to do it. You know, you'd have to chase down all this receipt and put it all on a piece of paper, and then you look at your bills. Did you forget something? And it was like it took hours. I mean, it would take me an entire day sometimes just to do my monthly report. And so I understand what you're saying, but I think that this new system is going to streamline and make it much easier, and just encourage you, you know, to utilize this, you know, that's available to you, rather than you have to bear all that expense on your own, you know. Particularly because you're a pastor and you know, that the income is available to you, and I hate for you to miss out on it.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, I think that's good feedback, you know, but Randall, at least you know how to use the, you know, the system if you decide to do that. I mean, certainly it rests with you, however you want to do it. I think it's great. I wish more people at my church would decide to just bless the church by absorbing their own expense. I think that's a hard issue, you know, and I think it's a good one. But, you know. Yep. Sure. Yep. Absolutely. On your own. Yep. 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 Understood. If, you know, let myself or Lisa know, if it comes to that and you want to, you know, use your bento card to prep for an event like that, a Christmas party, whatever you're hosting, and you want us to walk you through like the best way to categorize it, we can do that, you know, especially if things need to be split. we can walk you through that. It's no problem. Good. Well, I mean, when we don't have much activity to review, it's a quick meeting. But you know, if you have the cards in your possession, please go ahead and activate them. Download the Bento app now, and I will get those invites at least to those three, to the three of you, so that you can use your BCNE email and then choose your own password, and then that will get you right into the app. For those who don't have the physical card yet, let Susan know, and she can get it in the mail to you.
We can activate the card on the app, right?
I don't know if there's an option to do that, but I can.
Yeah, it does actually. As long as you enter the 3-digit CVV code on it, looks like you can actually activate it from the app.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. There it was. You pondered and boom, we now know your purpose. Thank you so much for that. But I can always activate it right here in the dashboard too. But thank you, Hal, for that. And I think you're the only one who has Sam has his card as well, right?
I have my card, yes.
Yeah, perfect. So you should be able to do that. And I don't think Hal's going to lead you down the wrong road.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to be doing a couple of one-on-ones with those who couldn't attend today. But if something comes up, please don't hesitate to reach out. Will be available for you guys. My email has, I think I've sent at least all of you one email at some point in the last year. My phone number is on there. You can always reach me just by sending me a message, and I'll get in and take a look to see whatever I can do to help with whatever you're encountering. So just let me know.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Megan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know we're making a counter offer on our house. So if you guys could say a prayer for that, that'd be great.
Are you selling?
I'm selling. Yeah.
Good. That's
Yeah,
excellent.
but eventually I have to buy.
That's true. Kind of a rough market right now for that.
It is. So.
Yeah.
But thank you, Megan.
Thank you, Megan.
Yeah.
All
It was
right.
great to meet all of you. I hope you guys have a great day.
You too. Take care.
You.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ready for orders. Aye, aye. Engaging target. Inflicted some heavy damage.
Enemy mech destroyed.
That shot went internal.
Receiving you. Tenfold. Engaging.
Damage minimal. Damage minimal.
I live to serve. Onward. Cry havoc.
Waiting for orders. Coordinates received. Report critical hit.
Engaging target. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Reporting. On my way. Inflicted some heavy damage. My flamer is empty.
They're getting the angle on.
I await your command.
I'm taking some serious damage here.
Engaging physical attack.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position. Engaging. Got him.
Battle mech power up detected.
Awaiting orders. Attempting physical attack. Enemy down.
Damage minimal.
Minor damage.
Commander? Locked on for physical attack.
Damage minimal.
Receiving you. That's a kill.
All weapons committed. Enemy unit destroyed.
Losing lots of armor. Ready for orders. Position confirmed. Solid connection on that one.
Reporting. Good to go. Ten-4. Solid connection, that one.
Good to go. Target confirmed.
Engaging target. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected. Mission successful.
Yes, Commander.
Awaiting orders.
Training complete.
Something I can do?
Samira, can I get a 5-1 check on our current position?
Training confirmed, Commander.
Waiting for orders.
Mech Warrior training complete.
Yeah. Ready for orders.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
I've got the financial report.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat. Command interface initiated.
I heard there were aliens buried under the ice.
Move order received.
Bandit.
If I were planning an ambush, this is where I'd put it.
How's it going? Heading out. Orders? Rolling. See how you like this.
Yeah? On the move. Locked on top. Inflicted some heavy damage.
All weapons committed.
Reporting minimal damage. They've blown past my armor. I'm receiving you. Roger that. That's a kill. Ready for orders. On my way. Affirmative.
Waiting for orders.
Standing by. Commander, hit.
I think we have here another career-ending mission.
Orders? Rolling. Locked on for physical attack. Target's taking a critical hit. Need something, Chief? Move into position.
Yes, Commander. Solid connection
Yes,
on that one.
knockdown, please. Thank you. Is he incapacitated? I missed that. I think he's incapacitated. Right, 30. There we go.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Armor blow through. Internal damage.
Yeah, because you stink. Really not liking this Vulcan mech. Left arm destroyed. Perfect. Perfect.
I lost a weapon. Waiting for orders. Roger.
I think I could,
Put in
even
my
if I don't
waiting.
destroy it, I'm shutting it down. Oh no, that's my force.
Target neutralized. My flamer is empty.
1, 2. Let me move. Ah. Finally. Been been trying to stand still for a while, and you finally looked at me.
Damage minimal.
Okay.
Ready
Tiger
for
to go.
orders.
You are attacking him.
Got it, Commander.
Finally, something useful. Okay.
There's one for the scrap heap.
There he is, finally. That's the guy I'm actually looking for.
Ready for orders.
Oh, you're not dead? Now you're dead. Just have the 2 spiders.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Yes, Commander. Position confirmed. Commander?
You're gonna jump very far away. This guy. Ooh. Like that.
Affirmative. Rear armor it is. Scored a critical hit.
Guess so. Perfect. Got him to shoot somebody else.
I'm showing minor damage.
What's up, Commander? Acknowledge. Report critical hit.
All weapons committed.
There we go.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Thank you.
Good to go. On it. Reporting critical hit. Damn it. I'm
What?
wounded.
So many head hits.
Good to go.
Target destroyed.
One less target.
Alright, only one left to go. Challenger, sprint.
Full throttle.
You up over the mountain if I can.
I'm ready. Acknowledge. Receiving you.
Whoa, he's right there. No way.
Engaging jump jets.
The Vindicator.
Roger that. Failed to connect.
Can't handle the evasions, can you? Yes. Okay.
Right here. Jumping.
Target damaged. Concentrate your fire and bring it down.
Yes, Commander. Engaging jump jets.
The target is retreating, Commander. Eliminate it before it escapes.
Man.
Standing by. Firing on target. Waiting for orders. Acknowledged.
Not sure how you thought that was running away.
Putting my weight into it.
Oof. Oops.
Enemy destroyed.
Mission successful.
These injuries, totally not worth it.
That mech you wanted, that mech you asked for, is cleared for fighting.
Orders?
Training confirmed, Commander.
Orders.
Yes, Commander.
Mech warrior training complete.
They will be done.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
That work order's complete, boss. Top-notch work, if I may say so.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Hey, boss. We've just completed those upgrades.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
Command interface initiated.
This would be some prime beach real estate. If only there were a beach. Waiting for orders. Firing jump jets.
Coordinates received.
Roger. Standing by.
No problem.
Moving out. Waiting for orders. I got a sensor trace here.
Location confirmed.
Let's get airborne. Ready for orders. Roger. Yes, Commander. Lifting off. Roger that.
Right here.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
The asset is in hand, Commander. Good work.
Good to go. I caught it. Ah! Enemy down. Ready for orders. I'm going. Firing all weapons. Reporting vehicle.
Mission successful.
Mech warrior training complete.
Commander?
Training complete.
Commander?
Good to go. I'm your spaniel.
All mech warriors to the habitation ring for a mandatory hygiene check. Repeat, all mech warriors to the habitation ring.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
That work order you submitted is complete.
I've got the financial report.
Docking sequence commencing.
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
Disengaging from junction.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Looks like we've arrived,